about a mile from that bowling center. Just love the feel there. He's had so much success here in Omaha as well. 10 pin.
Even though Mike Machuga is a high rev player, and we talked about contrasting styles, you know that Dave Traber's only going to play the lanes one way, and that's real hard and straight and direct. Mike Machuga is very versatile, learning that from the Brian Voss, Norm Duke camp. He can play the lanes any way he wants.
10 pin for the guy they call Chooks. He was a very close friend with Norm Duke. And brings us back to Dave Traber. Randy, your former roommate on tour, you guys are very close. It's been a long time since Dave has won. He does have the 4 titles. But it's 140 events without a victory.
And if you're wondering why he's my former roommate, well, he never let me play with remote control. So.
Always hog that remote, huh?
Yeah, he's a big remote hog. Early on, you know, when Dave gets fired up, when he gets pumped up like he is now, he's going to throw it harder and harder. And sometimes, Dave, speed kills.
Takes care of his single pin conversion, leading us to the ace hardware matchup, Machuga and Traber.
Mike Machuga is still looking for his first ever career victory. Dave Traber's got 4 wins out here. Again, Dave playing to his strengths. This pattern allowed him to go nice and straight from outside. Mike Machuga did a little bit of everything. He hooked it when he wanted to. He went straight when he thought he had to.
He stopped just in the nick of time, Dave Traber. His last victory, by the way, February 14th, 1998. It goes that far back. PBA Peoria Open. He knocked off Walter A. Williams Jr., the Hall of Famer. Still chasing that elusive 41st title of Ty Earl Anthony's record. The final in that match was 248-229. You see Mike Machuga, who has made 3 finals, has made the championship match 3 times, but never won. Maybe it changes here in Council Bluffs today. High flush strike. Mike Machuga.
Well, that looked a little left of target, but because he's going really firm with his hand directly behind the bowling ball, that controls direction of change down the lane. So even though it was a little left, there's a little oil there to hold the ball on line.
21st the PBA Tour in average. He's 4th in the PBA Points Tour right now. 10th last year to earn his exemption because he didn't have that victory. But he had a very consistent season to be that high in points. He just didn't like it all the way, and that's right through the nose. Way high.
This is pulled all the way, and when you pull the ball, it's normally a sign of being just a little bit too pumped up. You get a little quick, a little fast, a little pull in the downswing, that makes the ball go left.
.3610. Covers nicely.
I think I missed that one last time on TV here.
Well, that's an improvement on Mike if that's the case. Mike told us last night he loves to throw the ball hard. Might even hear some grunting out of him like Nolan Ryan throwing a fastball. Because of the conditions, he can really throw it hard. Sometimes you get too pumped up, though.
Well, yeah, and you know, this week he threw it really hard, and I asked him why he was going so firm and so direct this week. He said, well, I watched Eugene McCune in the pre-tournament qualifier, and that's what he was doing, and it looked pretty good. Are you kidding me?
No, that's 7-10.
You know what? Right before we went on the air for our interview, that was the last thing Dave left in practice on this very same lane. And that's just bad luck.
Only done 3 times in tour history.
It's got a chance to be done this week, too. Saw a lot of split conversions this week, pins flying out of the back.
So, Jess Stayrook, 91, in Tucson, Arizona, still the 3rd and final PBA bowler on TV to convert the 7-10.
And the first guy ever?
Mark Ross. That's right, 1980, Alameda, California. Resume for Dave Traber, long career. That's how he gets a break.
That is certainly payback, Dave. One bad break, he gets one great gift.
Dave told us it's so unusual to be on a TV show where he's the elder statesman. He answered that question to you before. I'm trying not to worry about what they're doing, but he told us last night, hey, usually I'm facing Ameletta Monticelli, as he did last year at Akron, and won by that Hall of Famer, Walter Ray Williams Jr., Pete Weber, and Norm Duke. Now, he's the most experienced. Can that work to his advantage? Great pin action for Mike Machuga.
Where we were.
8 non-exempt qualifiers, including Eugene McCune, bowler you just mentioned. Chris Hayden, who's won on tour in Orlando a couple years back, left-hander. Ryan Goebel, of course, made the TOC last year. Lonnie Walczak's won a couple times. Hugh Miller had that exemption. Randy Peterson, you came so close, didn't you, buddy?
Yeah, I missed by one pin. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for bringing up my nightmare again.
I was prompted, by the way, folks, by Randy to talk to you about that moment. And I'll say this about Mike Machuga. When he was introduced at the top of the broadcast, he got the biggest round of applause. And in the commercial break before the interview with he and Traber, some trick shots from Machuga. Traber. 10 pin.
Well, obviously, Dave, his carry was pretty good the entire week. I mean, he bowled fantastic all week long. Great run through match play. And now, from TV day, his carry stinks.
Browns Steelers coming up tonight. Sunday Night Football here on ESPN. Traber. 7 pin.
Imagine that with these pins. That's really a shocker.
Bowling.
That's really a shocker.
Deficit grows for Traber, who comes to us from the Illinois-Wisconsin border, north of Chicago, in Hebron, Illinois.
Well, let's see, he had a blower 710, and then he had a ring and 10, and here's a little salt to put in the wound that's already getting bigger and bigger.
Takes care of the 7 pin. He's 16th in the PBA rankings. This year is Dave Traber, but now he's in a 23-pin hole to Mike Machuga, who is the hometown favorite here. Boy, they love him in Council Bluffs in Omaha, Nebraska. He goes for his first career title next. Greater Omaha Classic Thunder Bowl, Council Bluffs, Iowa, just across the Missouri River from Omaha, Nebraska, home of the College World Series. And a wonderful baseball tournament held here every June. Mike is cueing the crowd to quiet down. I like that. And they listen.
He's controlling the crowd.
He sure is. I'm impressed.
Strike here gives him a 33-pin lead after 6.
The spread turkey. 6th pin, Machuga. 6th frame, Machuga. There it is.
Traber knows he's in trouble now. He's got bad pin carry, and he's down by 33 pins. Soon to be 43 if Mike Machuga strikes here.
Other finishers, bottom of your screen there, you saw Pete Weber had an unbelievable match, as we told you. Round of 8 with Wes Malott. Some are calling that the best match they've ever seen in person. Now, that's quite a statement. There are people around the PBA Tour, of course, who know the bowlers, but ball reps, broadcasters, they've seen some great ones. That would be a phenomenal statement. Leg help! Down goes number 10.
The late 10. Like Machuga thought maybe it was a little left. Carries that late 10. Dave Traber now, in my opinion, must strike situation each and every frame from here on out.
In a huge hole. And that's high, and that's a 4 pin, and Dave not pleased with the carry. One reason, we have different pins.
Different pins today than we used all week long in qualifying. And what happens is when you get bad carry as a player, you start to try to make adjustments for pin carry. And when you do that, you lose the pocket.
$40,000 plus that 1-year exemption. That is so big for a guy like Dave Traber. Told us last night, just want to get through it early in the year, get my exemption and be clear for the rest of the season. I can relax and enjoy the bowling. Doesn't look like that'll happen today. That's high, but some late pin action and help gets him a break with number 10.
You can get on this.
And he's in a massive hole. Machuga is working on a 4-bagger here. He'll go up 54 pins with a strike.
Yeah, and that strike there, no consolation, because you know that strikes, but his perfect ball gets 8, and another great shot that he throws goes solid 7. So Dave Traber all but done in this match, unless something happens or something unusual happens with Mike Machuga. He looks dialed in.
Machuga has not won a title. His first 79 career. Denny's PBA Tour events. Oh, we almost had a 7-10 to deal with. The 10 stands for Mike.
Looks like another really good shot here, and this ball looks like it hits like it weighs about 12 pounds.
Told you he's been a runner-up 3 times in his career. Greater Cincy Classic in 01. Here at the Banquet Open in 03. Last year to Brian Voss at the Orange County Classic to wrap up the first half of the 04-05 season. Mike is quite a character. He's got unbelievable personality. Case in point, his famous flop shot. And he goes all the way down lane. That, of course, was not in an actual PBA event, thankfully, or a TV show, but a Pro-Am. And he wowed the crowd that day.
Who's the idiot laying underneath it?
I can't imagine who would sacrifice their body.
God.
It looks familiar, though. Machuga. Messenger will not take out the 10.
Oh, Michael, you gotta stay aggressive.
Well, he's doing what he's doing, though. Staying out of trouble, keeping the ball in play, and leaving himself spares that he can make. And right now, if he just stays clean, 9th and 10th, the best Dave Traber can shoot is 216. Mike will be in the 220s.
He'll scare the 10th pin. One reason he's such a popular bowler here. For 2 years, he attended the University of Nebraska and bowled for the Huskers. So he's still got a lot of fans from his collegiate days.
Right now, let's just see if Dave Traber can actually get his first strike on the right lane.
That tap, and number 10 will wiggle and stand. Amazing.
Now, you know, David did what he had to do this week. He knew he was going to be bowling on a pattern that was very conducive to his style. He's a part of a dying breed. There's not a lot of guys out here that throw straight anymore that have much success. But to his credit, when he does get his look, he takes full advantage of it and almost always makes television.
This match is over. 42-pin lead now for Machuga. He will, in fact, advance to his 4th TV final and a chance to win his first ever title. Now, his 3 appearances in a final without a title are actually the most amongst exempt bowlers on the PBA Tour right now. 3 tries at no championship yet. Perhaps that changes today. Mike Machuga, a star bowler at Nebraska, will take on Bill O'Neill, the 24-year-old rookie who was a big star at Saginaw Valley State in Michigan.
It's all right.
A 4-time first-team All-American.
You see what Mike did there in the 10th frame? He moved in. The match is over, so now he's looking at another possible angle. You know, he only bowled 220, and that may or may not be enough to beat Bill O'Neill, but he wants another option to go to. Oh, look at that ball change. Long ball for Dave Traber, makes the ball change, and it read it perfectly.
The guy they call Hughes is through. Do they love him here in Council Bluffs or what?